Hi, Shug. So this is a 3-minute TikTok for Miss Dadbeard. So if you're not Miss Dadbeard, disregard it, or if you find little messages in there you may think for yourself, take them. So your first question is wanting to know about school and work. Let's see. I know there's a certain amount of grief or burden that that is causing you, which I know you're asking for a reading, but I'm just saying it's what I was drawn to in the deck. Looks like you're waiting on some kind of like letter or communication. I want to say from school for some reason, but also it also feels like there's something about waiting on a raise or something like that when it comes to work. It feels like I've been due a raise or due a promotion, due kind of like that uptick, but I'm not but I'm not getting it or not receiving it, kind of thing. It looks like you kind of get manipulated into doing other people's shit. In that, it could be that you're a bit of a people pleaser. So in that, I would say, people pleasing is a really hard thing to try to get a hold to. But in it, I would say try to start recognizing it, try to start noticing it. Don't allow, because I just heard guilt. Don't allow people to guilt you into doing things, especially when, number one, they're not good for you, but number two, when you just all around don't want to do it. You don't have to pick up other people's slack to feel loved or feel like you fit in or anything like that, because it does feel like there's, I feel like you're a really hard worker, but I feel like you get stressed out real easy. It's like my energy's being dispersed or whatever. You got your fingers in a lot of pies. In that, it feels like people probably come to you for you to finish their shit. So in your question, are you on the right path as far as like work? It's kind of like a yes no. I feel like no, because it feels like you're getting used and manipulated. Now, what you choose to do with that information is on you. You have free will, so what you choose to do with that is on you. But try to put those things in place where you can stop allowing people to take advantage of you. Also, I don't, as far as like going back to the money or the promotion or whatever, I don't feel like you're going to get. I don't feel like that's going to come very soon, or not as soon as you would like it to. Maybe within the next 6 to 8 months. I don't know. I feel kind of closer to 6, but just be mindful of that. When it comes to school, feeling into the energy of it, it just feels like there's not enough time. It's one of those things where there's not enough hours in the day. It feels like I'm overwhelmed. It feels like I'm not necessarily retaining the information. Almost kind of like a, not that it's a waste at this point. I'd never say that school's a waste or whatever, but it just feels like I'm not able to focus and retain the information. And you're just kind of pushing yourself harder and farther and farther, and it feels like I can't get ahead, kind of thing. So yeah, there's a lot of reassessing and reevaluating and situating yourself differently that needs to happen so you can get on the right track. I know everybody needs a certain amount of self-love, but there is this feeling of there being past shit that's weighing you down. In that, you have to find that gumption to say no. No's a full fucking sentence. You don't have to explain yourself. You ain't got to go into it more. Nothing like that. So, you have to reevaluate. Is school and work and balancing it in life, is that really what you're trying to attain at the moment? Does that, I hope that makes sense. What I'm saying, though, that's funny. As far as we have grandchildren soon, listen, I'm be honest with you, I got a 50-50 shot of getting it right. But considering, I'm sure you just saw on screen, I showed up with the card once, and child is what come out. So I'm gonna take that as a yes. But again, I have a 50-50 shot of getting it right. As far as any messages from your passed on loved ones, it's not going to be evidential because there's no evidence coming forth, and I don't normally do that kind of thing on a TikTok, but I'm already over the 3-minute video time, so let's just see. I got a man here. He feels like a dad. He makes me feel like the whole speaking up for yourself has always been an issue. Even as I say that, there's a certain amount of like I feel like my throat's closed off. So it's also like you've always had trouble speaking up for yourself. In that, and it's going to seem a bit, well, it's going to seem how it's going to seem. There's this need for you to start speaking up for yourself, for you to, yes, continue to go after what you want, because there is this message here of just like him just wanting you to live, because it feels like you've been pushed down for a lot of years. I don't know if you've been busy with just life and work and children or what, but it feels like you've been put in this box and pushed down. So it's a bit like find your happiness. Again, I don't usually do messages like that from loved ones, especially on 3-minute TikToks. But I hope that is helpful and healing in some way. Have a great day.